guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making black soup. So we are going to need some dry fish, some towel or strap, some groundnut oil, palm oil, salt, and since we don't have cocoa leaves, we're going to be using some chopped spinach leaves. This is frozen chopped spinach leaves. I know traditionally we use the cocoa leaf, but I can't really find cocoa leaf right now. I'm going to need some jansa, about half a cup. I'm also going to need some onion to boil my meat, some Maggi cubes, and some country onion, just one or a little bit if you have the powder form, and some Maggi crevettes. This is a very good substitute if you cannot find cocoa leaf, and I know traditionally you don't put any spice. It's usually the plain cocoa leaf that you just blend and you make it with fish and meat, but I'm going to do the substitute kind or the upgraded kind. So I'm going to go ahead and boil my meat with Maggi, salt and onion. I'm going to add some water and just my Maggi cube, salt, and then maybe a 1 cube of pepper. I'm going to go ahead and peel my dry fish, and this gives a very nice flavor in it. You can use any dry fish of your choice. So right now I want to take out all the bones away from my dry fish, and I'm also going to go ahead and wash my frozen spinach. As you can see, it's still frozen, so I just add some water and I let it sit for a little bit, then I strain it and I squeeze it. Make sure you rinse it really well. Always wash your vegetables. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my njangsa, and I'm going to bring them to boil. So I'll add a couple of pepper if you like pepper for flavor and taste, and I'm going to let it steam for about 15 minutes. It's been 15 minutes and it's still steaming. I'm going to cover it and let it steam for a little bit more, for maybe 5 more minutes. My meat has been boiling, and I taste to make sure that the salt and the Maggi is just enough, and I let it boil. Because the towel takes longer, I let it boil. Now my spinach is nicely steamed and is ready to go. As you can see, the water dried off and my meat too is just boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and add my dry fish right now because the meat is almost ready. And I'm going to add a pinch of palm oil. I would say about half a cup, and then I'm going to go ahead and let it steam for a little bit more. The palm oil gives it the nice flavor taste. I'm also going to go ahead and blend my boiled spinach in a blender. I'm going to blend it until it's nice and smooth. And add a little bit of water if it gets stuck. So then you blend it until it's nice and smooth, until it's a very nice smooth texture. This is the texture that you want to see before you stop blending, like so. My meat is ready, and you see the color. The palm oil gives it a little nice color. So I'm going to go ahead and add my blended spinach into the total of the meat, and I'll just mix it up. I'll blend the rest of the spinach and I'll just mix it up. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and grind the rest of the spinach that was left. I'm going to blend this spinach and I'll just add it into the mixture. This makes it really easy because you won't have to boil it for too long. So I went ahead and blended the rest of the spinach until it is nice and smooth, and I'm going to add it to the rest of the soup. If it was cocoa leaf, you would just do the same thing. You replace the cocoa leaf with the spinach. It will just be the same thing. And I'm going to stir and I'm going to let it cook for a little bit, let's say like 15 minutes. So in between, I will stir in between, add some water in the blender and rinse it up and add it to my pot. I'm going to stir, let it steam. Let it steam for like 15 minutes, like I said. And then I'm going to add my Maggi cubes and maybe a little bit of salt just to taste. When you add your Maggi cubes, you taste it to make sure it's the right taste, it's not too much. Then I'm going to add my country onion. This country onion, and add it for about 5 minutes and I take it out. If you can find it in the soup so that nobody has to bite it when they're eating. So I put it in there and then like 5 minutes later I took it out. I looked for it and I took it out. So if you can find it and you take it out. I'm going to go ahead and add some groundnut oil just to make the soup come together and look attractive. At this point, the soup has been boiling for about 15 minutes now, and I will let it boil for 5 more minutes just to get everything blended together and to let it thick a little bit. At this point, my soup is ready and nicely smooth. As you can see, it's so delicious. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't joined the family. This is my soup and I'm going to make the fufu for this soup. Traditionally, we will eat this with cocoyams, pounded cocoyams, but because I didn't find cocoyams at this time, I'm going to be using some yam fufu instead. I like it with yam fufu or with pounded cocoyam, either one. So this is powdered yams and I'm just going to boil water and kind of make the fufu. So I pour about a good size of the fufu in my boiled water and I just turn it, and if it's still light, and I add a little bit more of the yam fufu to make it thick. So make sure it's better for it to be hard than for it to be soft, because we don't want lumps to come in. So you're just going to stir and stir and stir. This is very important. Make sure you stir real quick, if not it's going to lump up and form some small lumps in it. So you want to stir it fast and keep the fire hot. I'm going to add the rest of my warm water that I took out, and I will just cover the pot and let it steam for about 5 minutes. I come back and I stir. I stir my fufu until it is nice and smooth, like so. When my fufu is nice and smooth, I'm going to go ahead and use a plastic wrap to tie my fufu. You can also use foil paper or whichever paper you prefer. So I'll just use the foil paper, the plastic wrap, to just wrap my fufu, and it keeps it smooth and nice, as you can see. I know some people don't like foil plastic papers, but at this point I always tie my fufu with plastic paper. It doesn't matter to me. So wrap your fufu like so, and it's gonna keep it smooth, as you can see. And now our food is ready, guys. We're ready to eat this delicious black soup made with spinach, and you see our fufu right there. And normally this is a great substitute for the black soup and pounded cocoyams, but I use yam fufu, so this is a very great substitute. If you cannot find those, you can also mimic the taste to give you this nice delicious meal. And I think this is one of somebody's favorite meal, and he's enjoying it, as you can see. This is his traditional meal, so this is a great substitute. And thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't joined the family yet, please hit the subscribe button to join the family.